Done. Holy Colton!
Oh my God!
We have to talk about jumping the fence. On the next episode of The Bachelor, we see Chris. We see Colton.
It's in a few episodes. It's coming up. It's coming up. There is the, I hope it's not our jump the shark moment.
Right.
You hope it's not that. I don't think it is because it's pretty awesome. And athletically, what the Fonz did in jumping the shark it wasn't athletic. What Colton did was athletic as hell.
Colton got over that fence real fast and real easy.
It was bizarrely athletic what he did.
When you saw him get over the fence, what went through your mind?
Do I chase him? And if so, do I go over the fence? Quickly, being the elder statesman I am, I knew where the button was, and I just calmly pushed the button and opened the fence. But yeah, no, Colton was done. He was done with this moment and ready to get away, and he took to this fence. And I thought to myself later, could I have pulled off that jump? And I will tell you, there is secret footage where I went back to see if I could pull off the Colton jump.
What did you say to him when he said that he quit? He said this in interviews. What's that discussion like?
Well, one thing I love about any Bachelor or Bachelorette is when they're headstrong and that they're independent and they want things their way, and this is their life. And I know it's entertainment, I know we're shooting a show, but this really is their life. And they all kind of get to a pushing point where it's so serious for them that they just want things to stay on course. And when they feel like they're losing control, they fight for it back. And Colton was fighting for that. And kudos to him. And I like that. I like to see the fire.
Makes a strong show.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's good ratings. We got that. But if I don't see that, then what I feel is you're apathetic and you don't care. You should care. This is your life. This is hopefully the woman of your dreams and someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You should care about that. You should want to fight for that. You should want to leap over a fence for that. And so that's kind of where he was. He was, when push came to shove, he was ready to push back.
How did you motivate him to come back and look for it again? I feel like this sort of listening to you speak, I say, oh yeah, I totally get it. I totally see how Chris could talk this guy into coming back and staying the course.
Well, that's where the relationship comes in. That's where the work that the producers and I have done over the years, and having, getting to know Colton and being able to talk to him, and that it's not just some random guy coming up and saying, dude, let's talk about this.
Right.
It's me.
Right.
It's our producers who, and he knows that deep down we care as much, if not more, than he does about all this. And so, you'll see how it plays out. But it's, again, the one thing I love about the show in this day and age, it's very raw, very organic. We don't have to go back and edit a lot. Like, you're going to see it all, warts and all. And it's not pretty.
Right.
It's not pretty for the producers, and it's not pretty for him. We all kind of look bad in certain parts of this. But I think, to be honest, and our fans are savvy enough, you got to see that. You're going to want to see that.
Have there been any other bachelors or bachelorettes who've gotten this close to quitting before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot. It happens more than you think. And again, there's varying degrees of it. There's varying degrees of getting fed up in how you express your anger, how you express your emotions. He happens to be the most athletic SOB we've ever had, so he was able to express it like an Olympian, But they all get there. I mean, I remember Rachel was someone who comes to mind who was unbelievably headstrong. Being a lawyer, I think she was just more authoritative and more articulate about it, and while she's also athletic, she kind of expressed it in different ways. So they all just, that's one of the great things about being the host and a producer, is you're kind of a psychologist and you're figuring these people out, what makes them tick, how do we help them, how do we guide them, and it's different for all of them.
We got to talk about the finale. Rob Mills has said that this is definitely a strange one, falls into the category of strange like Ari's. What do you have to say about it?
Don't know who Rob Mills is. I'm just kidding. He runs our show. He works at ABC, and he's been a champion of our show for forever. It is, and one thing that I always say is, inevitably, something's going to happen we've never dealt with before.
Right.
And I never know what that is when we go into a season. It always just finds its way. From the fence leap on, the show is turned upside down.
Right.
It is, and it is unlike anything. And what you have to do as a producer is realize it's a very fluid situation, and you've got to go with it. It's a scary way to produce a show. We're on the set of a sitcom right now. You know exactly how it's going to go.
You know
the shots you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know the ending shot. Cocktail, we're done. We really don't know that on The Bachelor ever. And that's a scary way to produce a show. You hope it ends in a proposal, but you don't know. And you're standing there with these two individuals that are looking at each other, hoping, and you don't know. And same thing with Colton. So when things go sideways, you try to put it back on the tracks, but you also have to let it go.
I wanted to talk about this. Is like we saw the clip where he's holding the ring box, but it's empty. Where is the ring?
What does that mean?
What's going on there?
Does it mean that Neil Lane didn't give us one this season? Could be.
Does it though? Is that what it means?
Could it be that Chris Harrison stole it?
Is that?
I have a whole chest of
that's
of
like
rings. People wonder where the old rings go.
Yeah.
I just got this. At night, I just put them all on. Yeah. So there's a lot. I'm just telling you, the end of this season, there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
She's the third person this week saying there's still some people here that aren't ready for this, and that's absolutely terrifying for me.
In the last episode, some of the women told Colton that the other girls weren't all there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
What do you say when you hear that? Because I know you've heard
I
that
say,
a lot.
how did Colton not stop her and go, can you just whisper in my ear?
Can I get some names?
Right, can I get names? And it's funny to me that he never said, hey, Sydney or Demi or whoever, who are you talking about?
Right.
Like, help a brother out.
Yeah.
You're leaving, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Burn Rome down. Let me know what's going on.
Yeah.
And he never asked for that, which is really odd to me. That would be the first question I would
Right.
ask.
Who?
But, or is it sour grapes that the girls are just bitter that they're leaving?
I always wonder that has to be a component.
One thing I will say, and this happens for the Bachelor and it happens for the women, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on with Kaylin or Cassie or Hannah B or Hannah G. You don't know what's going on with their relationships, and you kind of have to understand that when you watch the show later, a lot of times when you come back to the women tell, they're like, oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that date. Now I see the love, I see the affection, and I realize my relationship I thought was good was nothing compared to theirs. So it does help them to watch the show back.
Well, and that's real life as well.
And that's partially why I don't tell them a lot of things. People go, why didn't you warn him? Well, the reason I don't is because that is real life. You need to figure things out for yourself.
Right.
Colton needs to find out who is there for the quote-unquote right reasons.